everybody, welcome back to Outdoors with Casey, and I'm excited about this week's video. What we have here in front of us is called the Spirit Knife. Now, I'm fixing to explain to you why it's called that. Justin Peden, who has a YouTube channel called Spirit of the Outdoors, makes this knife, and he did a small video on it months back, and was talking about sending it around to other YouTubers to get an idea of how people like the knife, to support other people's channel, and just to pass it around to get feedback, because he wants to put this knife in production, but before he does, he wants it to be tested really well. So I commented on one of his videos and said, man, me and my son would love if you sent it to us to test it. And he sent me this knife about a week and a half ago. I have not had time to do anything until today. I have been extremely busy, and all I'm gonna have time to do with it today is the introduction with this knife. So I'm gonna have to film it in parts. It's a lot of time right now. But anyway, this is called the Spirit Knife, and he said it is made on a Tom Brown tracker design, and then he kind of ran with it from there and made some of his own adjustments. The first thing I noticed about this knife is when you pick it up, it's got a really good feel. It's heavy, but it's not heavy enough that it's awkward. He's got two different grinds on this knife. This one and this one is a separate degree. And back here, the back one is a lot narrower. It's about 1.5 inches wide. It's made for splitting wood. Now, I feel the same way about Justin as on pataning. I don't believe you should baton with a knife. I've never had to do that. There's plenty of sticks on the ground and stuff to build you a small fire. But this, you can actually, and we're going to show doing this, you can put it on a piece of wood and push down, and the angle's steep enough to stay sharp enough, you can split your own wood. So what am I wanting out of a survival knife? Well, like I said, I'm not going to be hacking trees and stuff like that. I want it to be able to skin game, which is pretty cool because it has this gut hook in it. And my first idea was to skin a hog with this knife and see how it would hold up on a tough hide like that. Well, I have not had time to get down there and trap any hogs. So we're going to have to bypass that set. If he puts these in production, we'll show that then. He also says that this gut hook can be used to pick up handles on pots and Dutch ovens and stuff. There's another design you can be used for it. He said the handles are McCardle, and if you'll notice, you'll look right there, they got orange liners in it, which I think is pretty cool. That's a high-vis liner in it. It's got a high-vis lanyard. So I don't know what kind of steel this is made out of. I would suggest y'all go back to Justin's channel, Spirit of the Outdoors. He puts on a full demonstration. He does a lot of chopping with this knife, so if you want to see how it chops and all that, you're going to need to go over there, because I really don't have a need to do all that kind of stuff. So what are some other things? Well, this is a pretty cool sheath that he makes, and all this is handmade. Justin cuts these knives out, cuts the handles out, puts the liners in himself. He does his own leather work. It is super cool. I urge y'all to go over there. He's got knife making videos on his channel, but he brands got Spirit of the Outdoor in there. That is really neat to me. But so this, and you see that's his, oh, the way it hooks. That's pretty cool. So what's cool about this sheath to me is this knife can go in there that way, or this way. I think that's pretty neat, depending on which handed you are. So that's a cool feature of that knife, of the sheath. It's also got a ferrule rod for making fires. Goes right here. Well, if I can get it in there. Slides right down in there. And it's also got this little sharpening stone. Y'all forgive me, it's August out here and I'm sweating to death. But that's pretty cool. If the knife does get dull, you can sharpen it back up while you're out there. You have to undo that, pull it down like that, and that little sharpening stone goes right in there. So everything you need is right here in this sheath, which is pretty cool. Another thing I'm going to show you that is pretty cool, and I'm going to get my wife to do this demonstration because I don't wear a knife on a belt. As you can tell, I don't have any arms. I was born this way. I just carry a knife around in my backpack, usually in my truck, on my buggy, whatever. So I don't wear knives on a belt. But Justin has a really cool feature in this where you can wear this knife 2 different ways. And I'm going to get my wife to demonstrate this. All right, guys. Stephanie's going to show you how this sheath can go on 2 different ways. There's the way most people wear it right there, and it'll go down on your side. But this is pretty cool. You can come up like that. And wear it the other way. So that's, my hat's off to you, Justin. That's pretty slick. I like that. And I also forgot to show y'all the back of this knife has, it's not really a saw for sawing wood. You can see in there, it's got, he grinded some indentions in there. You can saw back and forth enough on there. I'm sure it will cut through a whole piece of wood. I like this setup. We're gonna come back and do the testing. I don't have time to do it today. Like I said, I'm gonna have to do it in sections, but we're gonna come back and put it to the test and show y'all what we think about it. Hey guys, we finally made it back to test this knife out. It's been a little while, but we've been busy. I've had this knife way longer than I expected to, so I'm sorry, Justin, but we're fixing to get to test it. Y'all, it's hot, I'm sweating. We're just gonna have to deal with it. First thing I want to test is the tip of the knife. Can you pry with it? Can you drill with it? Will it hold up? So we cut some of this wood last year, and I thought it'd be light enough to pick up, but it's not. So we're gonna do this test right here. We'll let Connor come back and pick this up and split it. But we're just gonna do a little prying with it. I don't know what you would have to do with a knife, but it seems to be a really sturdy metal blade. See, this has been cut, but this is hard oak wood. You see, we did it. There's no damage to the tip. That's a very hard wood. We got some lighter right here, which is pretty much hard as you can get it. Pure lighter knot. So we're just going. As you can see, there is no flexing whatever in this blade. So that's really hard wood. Again, tip still intact. So happy with that. We're gonna go back and cut some stuff with it, see how the edge holds up. So y'all stay with us. All right, guys, next thing we're gonna do is test this little step back right here, this that part of it. It's made for not batoning, but to push down on. Like I said, this is the lighter knot. You had to get you some little pieces off of it. Ow, got hooked short. Shave you off some little pieces. All right, we got a couple of little pieces started. Look at there, folks. Now that is pure heart lighter. And I got that blade in there far enough down and twisted with it. It didn't flex, didn't bend. So as you see, that is a very important part of this knife. I like that. It's thick. It split that. Twisted. We twisted it to pry it open. That is a big plus if you're in a survival situation, so you can build you a fire. So let's go to the next thing. All right, guys, we're gonna see how it cuts. Ooh, like butter.
Wow.
Of course, this is just a little bitty cotton rope. So you can tell it's sharp. Now let's see what it does with a little bit thicker material. This rope's braided right here. It's probably gonna take me several swipes to get it because I'm just not strong enough to do it like a normal person would. Normal guy could probably just hack right through it. There you go. Like I said, that's just me. You put a lot of pressure on this knife, it's gonna cut. That was, like I said, it was braided. That's several strands of rope. All right, guys, I'm gonna take this lighter that I have split with this knife. We call it lighter in the South. Some people call it fat wood, but that's just what we call it. And I'm gonna shove the tip into it, and this is extremely hard wood. Like, I barely made a dent in that. So I'm gonna push, and I'm just gonna make this into smaller strips, and we're gonna start a fire. I say I am. Look at there. So we've made some smaller strips, and we're gonna see if it'll build a fire. All right, guys, now we're gonna see if we can start a fire. As you can tell, like, I'm freezing to death out here, right? Hey, we're just testing this. I wish it was wintertime. This would be a lot more enjoyable. So we're gonna take the rod that he's got in his sheath, and I'm gonna see if I can't get a fire started. I have never done this, so this is gonna be something. Oh, we had flame. All right, folks, I had to cheat. Whoo, it's hot. Some dryer lint.
Y'all, I don't know if it's just so humid, nothing wants to burn. I figure as dry as it was, it burned, but we did get enough to get a couple of pieces of lightered. So, the knife will make fire. What I really wanted to do with this knife is test this gut hook. I wanted to kill a hog or trap a hog, but we've been so busy, I have not had time to do that. So I'll either get it back from Justin this winter or buy one if he puts it in production. And because I think the gut hook's gonna really work. I like a gut hook. That fire's getting hot. But another use you can do for this gut hook, Justin showed me this, which was pretty cool. You can, well, use it to put your pot on and off. So that's pretty cool. That's another use for it. I like the knife, guys. I have had no problems with it. Like I said, I don't have to have a true survival knife, but I do want a knife that can do everything. And as you can see, this has got everything that you need to survive in the outdoors. Good thick blade. You don't have to worry about it breaking. You can gather you some wood. You can gather you some lighter. You can build a fire and stay warm. So you can cook and process meat with it. I was wanting to do that too, but again, it's just, you know, it's August here in South Mississippi, so there's no season open. But anyway, that it has done everything that I want out of a knife. Like I said, Justin did a lot more with it. He's gonna send it to some other people. They're gonna do some stuff with it. If you want to see chopping and all that kind of stuff, I don't do that. Justin did a lot of it. I forget who else he's gonna send it to. So y'all look for the Spirit Knife going around YouTube. Go check out Spirit of the Outdoors. He is the creator of this knife. He made this knife. He's very talented. So y'all go watch some of his channels. And I enjoyed it. Thank you for letting me have it, Justin. I'll be shipping it back to you here real quick. Thank y'all. Love y'all. See y'all next time.